O-Level Biology 5090, Chapter 11, and the topic is Transport in Humans, Part 1. First of all, we will discuss the blood circulatory system. So, blood circulatory system delivers the nutrients and oxygen to all parts of the body, even at cellular level. So, it is also called as cardiovascular system. It consists of the major organ, which is heart. Heart is a pumping organ which pumps the blood throughout the body, and blood is transported through three types of blood vessels. They are arteries, which carries the oxygenated blood away from the heart, and second, veins, which takes the blood towards the heart after collecting from different parts of the body, so they carry deoxygenated blood. And third types of blood vessels are very thin, only 1 cell thick. They are called as capillaries, and they do the exchange of gases. Exchange of gases. So in this way, the blood circulatory system consists of heart and associated blood vessels. In the next slide, we will discuss the different types of circulations which takes place in the body. Two types of circulations are there. They are pulmonary circulation and systemic circulation. Pulmonary circulation, which takes place between heart and lungs. And in this circulation, the blood is sent towards the heart or from the lungs and from heart towards the lung. So in this way, the exchange of blood between lungs and heart takes place. That the type of circulation is called as pulmonary circulation. And the other type of circulation is systemic circulation, in which the circulation takes place between the heart and the body. Heart and body. That is, uh, the oxygenated blood is sent towards the body, and the deoxygenated blood is sent from the body towards the heart. So this type of circulation is called as systemic circulation. So students, the circulation of the heart is called as double circulation, because the blood has to pass through the heart twicely, once in the form of oxygenated blood and once in the form of deoxygenated blood. So it is called as double circulation. And the two types of circulations I had discussed with you, that is the pulmonary circulation and the other one is systemic circulation. In the next slide, students, we will discuss the different parts and functions of the heart. And here I would like to start first of all, the our heart is divided into four chambers: right and left atrium and right and left ventricles. These are the four chambers of the heart. And you can see on screen that it is the shown by two colors. The blue color will show the right side of the heart. This is the right side of the heart. It means blood flows, deoxygenated blood is present on this side, and the red color shows the oxygenated blood. So students, you can see that uh, four walls are present. Two walls, which are one on the right side is tricuspid wall. It is also called as atrioventricular wall. And the other side of the heart, which is left side, there is bicuspid wall. And what is the function of these valves? They stop the backward flow of blood. So their directions is from atrium towards the ventricle, and same on both sides. And in this way, there are two more walls, which are one of, they are called as semilunar walls. Semilunar walls are present uh, both side on both sides. That is when blood flows from the heart towards the lungs, and secondly when the blood flows from ventricle towards the body. So these are pulmonary. This one is called as pulmonary, which is present between the right ventricle and pulmonary artery, that is called as pulmonary wall. So in this way, four different types of walls are present between these four chambers of heart. And then, the blood which is coming from the heart, it is which is deoxygenated blood. It is collected by two blood vessels, major blood vessels. They are superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. The superior vena cava, it collects the blood from upper body, and inferior vena cava, it collects the blood, from lower body parts. Upper body parts and lower body parts, blood is collected by vena cava, and then this blood is poured into the right atrium. The blood is poured into the right atrium of the heart, and at the same time, on the left side of the heart, the blood from lungs, the blood from lungs, which is oxygenated blood, enters through the pulmonary vein. It enters through the pulmonary vein into the right left side of the atrium or left atrium. So at the same time, blood enters into the both atrias. That is, on right side, there is deoxygenated blood. On left side, there is oxygenated blood, which is coming from the lungs. And on right side, the blood is coming from the parts of the body. So in both atrias, blood is entered at that time. Then when blood is entered into the right atriums, they are relaxing at the time. So after some time, the blood is entered into the right and left ventricles. The deoxygenated blood flows through the tricuspid wall into the right ventricle, and from left side, the blood from right left ventricle enters into the left atrium, enters into the left ventricle through the mitral or bicuspid wall. Mitral is also called as bicuspid wall. So in this way, blood is entered in both atrias at that time. When the blood is entered into the right and left uh, ventricles, the atrioventricular walls are open, but at that time, both semilunar walls are kept closed. So when blood enters into them, then blood has to flow towards the out of the heart. The from the right side, the blood has to move towards the lungs for oxygenation. So at that time, semilunar walls will open, and the blood from the left ventricle will move towards the body parts because it is oxygenated blood right now. So the blood from the left ventricle move towards the body parts through aorta. So aorta will further divide and redivide to distribute the blood to different parts of the body. So in this way, the blood is entered through superior vena cava and inferior vena cava onto the right side of the heart into the right atrium, and on left side the blood will enter into the right left atrium from the lungs, which is oxygenated blood. So in this way, the both blood streams are kept separated from each other, and a mixing of blood will not take place during this movement of the blood or circulation of the blood throughout the body. So they are kept separated. So here you can you know that students, when the pressure is very high at that time, when both atria relax at the then at that time the both ventricles will contract. Ventricle will contract and push the blood out of the heart towards the other parts of the body, as from left ventricle the blood will move towards the body, and from right side of the heart, from the right ventricle the blood will move towards the lungs. And it means there will be the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the atrium and ventricles on both sides. So in this way, the circulation of blood will take place. And for this purpose, you can see, students, the shape of the heart is little bit, on one side it is little bit shrink, and other side it means it is the left side of the uh, ventricle is more muscular. It is more muscular because more pressure is created over there at that time when it is contracting and pushing the blood out of the heart towards the body, because the blood has to move towards the different parts of the body. So it has to reach to the different parts of the body. So it has to cover a long distance from the heart. So pressure is very high in the left ventricle as comparison to the pressure on right ventricle, because from right ventricle blood has to uh, go very near, that is towards the lungs. So pressure is low in the right ventricle as comparison to the left ventricle. So in this way, the different chambers of heart work rhythmically to distribute the blood towards the heart or away from the heart. In the next slide, students, you can see I have shown a slide with the muscles and tissues of the ventricles. You can see this is left ventricle, which is round in shape. This is left ventricle, and a pouch-like structure. This is pouch-like structure. This is the right ventricle. You can see the left ventricle is more muscular as comparison to right ventricle. As I already told you, that left ventricle has to send the, or you can say push the blood towards the different parts of the body. So the blood has to cover a long distance, so more pressure is needed to move towards the different parts. So they are more muscular as comparison to right atrium, and right atrium are less muscular as blood has to move towards the lungs, which is very close to heart. So in this way, the muscles of the heart, or you can say the muscles of the left and right ventricle, are a little bit different from each other. So I would like to move towards the next slide, in which we will discuss that how to monitor the heart activities, how to monitor the heart activities. And there are first one, first method is using an electrocardiogram or ECG. In simple words, we call it ECG, electrocardiogram or ECG. It is, you can say, students, looks at the electrical activity of the heart, which is what controls the heart activity. We can, in this electrocardiogram, there are sensors. There are sensors which are attached with the body on different parts around the heart. So in there will, and these sensors are attached with the machine which is called as you can say ECG or electrocardiogram, and reading will be there, and reading will be in this way. The it will be shown on the screen, and we can get a print on it, and then it will show whether the working of the heart is normal or not normal. So it will show, it can be shown with the help of like electrocardiogram. And the second method is by using a stethoscope. And by using stethoscope, we can listen a sound which is lub and dub. This sound is produced when walls are open and closed. Opening and closing of walls will produce this sound lub and dub. And when this lub dub is produced, it means it's a normal sound. When there is a change, or you can say a pause between these two sounds, it shows that there is some abnormality in the heart. Measuring pulse rate, we can measure the pulse rate, measure how quickly your heart is pumping blood around your body. If there is any delay or heartbeat is very fast, so there can be some problem or issue with the heart. And we can measure it by placing two fingers on the inside of your wrist or at the side of your neck. So these are the three different methods with the help of which we can monitor our heart activity. Next, the disease which is can be caused into the heart. You know, the heart arteries are called as coronary arteries. So the disease caused in them or problem is there in those arteries, that is called as coronary heart disease. And what happens during the coronary heart disease? There is a buildup of fatty deposit or atheroma or plaque भी इसको कहते हैं on the walls of the arteries around the heart. The buildup of atheroma makes the arteries narrower. You can say it is a normal artery, but when there is deposit on their walls, plaque or atheroma, then this is not normal. The pressure will increase in them, or sometimes blockage can occur due to some reasons. So in this way, this process of deposition of atheroma or plaque is called as atherosclerosis. And in the next slide, we will see how deposition can occur. So coronary arteries can become damaged or diseased, often due to the buildup of cholesterol containing plaque as a result of inflammation. You can see a normal blood flow in this way, but here you can see these blood vessels are becoming narrow. What happening in this? Plaque is forming in the lining. You can say on one side there is blockage is starting, and the other side you can say the plaque lining of the artery, it is damaging. And in the third case, you can see this plaque is ruptured. When it is ruptured, the platelets try to repair the artery. And in this case, when they try to repair the artery, due to their presence over there and due to the repairing process, the artery is blocked. At that time, blood is unable to flow through them. So this problem can cause heart attack. Now I would like to, next slide, I would like to show you healthy coronary artery, you can say, through which the blood can easily flow. But here you can see blocked coronary arteries there, through which blood is unable to flow. Next. There are some risk factors due to this blockage of the high blood pressure. In high blood pressure, the blood vessels become very stiff. Due to their stiffness, their flexibility is reduced, and due to their reduced flexibility, the blood flow and oxygen is also reduced, and the all parts of the body are unable to get oxygen and nutrients. So what happens? There can be the problems to that person who is suffering with this. High cholesterol level. High cholesterol levels, it is due to the low density lipoproteins or bad cholesterol, which is deposited into the blood vessels or arteries. Obesity. Obese persons, they have high risk of heart attack or coronary heart disease. They, because they are carrying the excess weight, so due to which their heart has to work more to transport the blood. So during this, you can say way, what happens, the person get problems when the blood is transported. The diabetic persons also have problems. So what happens with them? They have to maintain a healthy lifestyle. They can improve their health of their heart. And the people who are smoking or vaping, they are also at the high risk of having the heart disease. And the people who have stress, and due to stress they have high blood pressure, and due to high blood pressure they have the high rate of heart disease. And there are some other or more factors, as for example the age and lifestyle. All they can cause, if age is, you can say the person who is more than 40 to 50 years old, then he or she will have the high risk of heart disease. And lifestyle, if lifestyle is not good, and we are depending on junk food or the food which is very unhealthy for us, we are highly oily food is taken by the person, so what will happen? He will be at high risk of heart attack or heart disease. Now, uh, these are the different, you can say the same factors which I already told you. Age, physical inactivity, the people who are not moving, they are sitting at a place, they are doing work at the place, so they are eating, they are sleeping over there, so they are at high risk. They know, due to no movement, their body can have different types of problems. And family history, if people have family history with this coronary artery disease, they are at high risk. And the people who are with high blood pressure, and the people who are taking a high fat diet, and who they are obese or they are diabetic or cigarette smoking, high cholesterol level, all these different types of people at high risk to get this disease. Now, in this slide, we will discuss how to reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. What should we take in? We should emphasize on fruits and vegetables. Our diet should be changed. We have to take the fruits and vegetables. We have to take the whole grain foods, which contains lots of fiber, healthy sources of protein, fish and seafood, legumes, nuts, dairy, poultry, and if desired, lean meat, liquid plant oil, soybean oil, all they are organic food, which is very good for our health. And in this way, we can reduce the risk of coronary heart disease if we are depending on these different types of foods. And one more thing, we are walking, we are walking, we are moving from one place to the other, we are doing um, many activities, not sitting at a place, then in this way we can reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. And also we have to reduce our body weight. We have to become on, you can say, very healthy body. We should have a very healthy body. So in this way we can reduce the risk. And secondly, beverages and foods, ultra processed food, processed meats, food high in salt, alcoholic beverages and topical, all they are very harmful or us, because in this way we are at high risk. So we have to minimize these and we have to increase this. So this side should be minimized. We also increase walk, daily walk. So in this way, we can improve our health. We can reduce the risk of heart disease or other problems which can damage to our body. So students, it was all about the part one. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel to watch more videos. Thank you so much.